So my name's Caspar Thykier. I'm the managing director of a new company called Zappar, and it's a creative technology company that specialises in augmented reality on mobile phone platforms. And specifically what we do is look at bite-sized entertainment that is delivered through our app, which is a free-to-download app called Zappar on iPhone and Android. Augmented reality has been around since the 70s. It was actually a term that came from the university laboratories and isn't particularly consumer friendly, but it basically means to augment, to enhance, or to layer on top of reality, being sort of the physical world or an object, effectively. And so it's been on PCs for quite a while, but really the step change now is the ability to see it on mobile and smartphones, which makes it that much more personal and interactive for people. One of the mistakes that can be made with AR is actually to use the technology to get in the way of the end experience that consumers really want. So, for instance, there are examples of where people have used AR, say off an Oyster card, to show the underground running times. Well, there's a perfectly good app to do that. Or indeed, you see a lot of use of QR codes, which is different to AR, but to just take people to a website. Well, you could just have a web link, So I think the way that we look at AR is slightly different, which is to increase brand engagement through entertainment, almost this sort of idea of bite-sized entertainment. And so it really is more forms part of storytelling and creating that link between digital and physical that is a bit more playful, but really allows consumers to sort of get into an experience and reward them for taking part in it. So an example of AR as brand entertainment would be some activity that we ran with Showtime Entertainment in the States, which was for a new show called Homeland that was coming out, where we took Wired magazine and we effectively did a takeover of the front cover of the September edition and also ran certain spots in the magazine that began to uncover the narrative around the show in order to sort of bring people into this forthcoming series. I think the opportunity for challenger brands with AR is really to take advantage of almost the holy trinity of being social, mobile and local, and have AR at the centre of that experience to firstly allow them to look at every brand touchpoint in a different way. Suddenly with augmented reality you can turn those touchpoints, be it sort of in-store experience or product packaging or advertising, into media channels to interact with. Now importantly, that's not about serving more ads, but it is about bringing new engaging expressions of the brand to life. So I think that's one interesting way of doing it. I think the other thing is to almost look at the world around you in new ways, so deliver new content in sort of new experiences. So, the sort of notion that everything communicates. I think there's a very interesting thing that when you look at consumer behaviour and you see people with mobile phones around and about, actually they don't look at the world around them. They're texting, they're on the phone, they're listening to music, and they're totally oblivious to what's around them. And actually AR can bring that connection back to the physical through digital and allow people to think about things in different ways. And I think brands can exploit that to educate and entertain at the same time. I think there are two distinct futures for AR, and one is that it's the greatest technology that never was. In fact, that it becomes siloed as a marketing gimmick that is really one magic trick that never really goes anywhere. And the other is that actually the technology keeps on moving apace and moves actually from mobile into glasses, onto lenses, and finds a home within consumers' real experience of being able to navigate the world around them. But a lot of that really depends on this delicate phase now of how it's introduced to consumers and how it's then taken on by brands and products.